And I'm back. Part 2 of the 2.5 video lesson. Yay. So, let's do one more, since this is part 2. Let's divide 0.65 by 0.25. Again, decimals, EU, division with decimals, double EU. So let's make it into whole numbers. Why? Because we can. I'm going to make the 0.65 into a whole number. I like to start my dividend and convert it first. You don't have to. You can convert either one. But I want to get this to be a whole number, which means I need to move the decimal over twice. If I do it twice here, I got to do it twice there. This one's kind of nice because it works out. They both have the same number of decimal motions to get to a whole number twice. When I do this, I get 65 divided by 25. And again, I can do this because, as I showed you before, 4 over 2, 40 divided by 20, 400 divided by 200, 4,000 divided by 2,000, and so on. They're all 2's. So here I multiplied it by 10, here I multiplied it by 1,000, I can multiply it by a million, both top and bottom. As long as I do it to both top and bottom, it doesn't matter what I multiplied by. So here I multiplied both by 100 to get them to be whole numbers. Here I was multiplying by 1,000. But I don't like to think of the multiplication. I literally just move the decimal as many times as I need to, and I just do it the same thing for both. Now that they're in this form, well, this is easy because this is literally a long division problem, and not a very difficult one at that. 2 times, that's 50. I have 15 left. 0.150, and that's 6. That's really not so bad. Yeah, I could do more practice. I could do more work. I guess let's do one of each of the types of problems that I've talked about so far. So let's do one like such, where I have a fraction. This is just for extra practice. So let's say we have 4 2/3 being divided by 6. I don't know, just making things up. Alright, so let's divide this up. First, I'm going to do 2 things before I do anything else. I'm going to convert this into a non-mixed number, into an improper fraction. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 plus 2 is 14 over 3. And then I am going to write this over 1. Because 6 divided by 1 is still 6, but it makes this into a fraction, which gives it a distinctive numerator and denominator, so it's easier to work with. Next, I'm going to convert the division into multiplication by flipping the divisor, the second number, or multiplying by the reciprocal. Some flipping. I like to flip. Flip, flip, flip. Anyways, so yeah, that's pretty much done, except I'm going to simplify this a little bit. The 14, I can write that as 2 times 7. Here I have a 1. The 6 I can write as 2 times 3. Not a whole lot of simplification, so only one thing to cross out. But still, 2, 2, gone. It's a little bit simpler. So what's left is 7 times 1 is 7 on the top, 3 times 3 is 9 on the bottom. My glorious answer. Looked scary, made easy. And let's do one more problem. This one I'll do it with the decimals. Let me think of one because I have to be careful not to make up a monstrosity. Okay, how about 6.64 divided by 0.4? Okay, unlike the problem before, we're not going to be switching this to multiplication. We are going to work this one out as division fully. But I'm going to convert these to whole numbers. Again, I'm going to start with this guy because it's a decimal with more numbers after the decimal. And to get this to a whole number, I need to move the decimal over twice or multiply it by 100, whichever way you like to think about it. And of course, I got to do the same thing here. I'm going to move this decimal over twice, or once again multiply it by 100. And when I do that, I gain a 0 here. So my conversion to whole numbers yields a 664 being divided by 40. And now, this is super simple. Long division. Numbers are not too big, so it shouldn't be too scary. Once. 26. 4 comes down. 6, I think. 24 comes down. Point. I had a 0. That's easy. That's just 6. That's 240. And that's 0. So that's my answer. 16.6. This looks scary. This looks easy. All you have to do was convert them both to whole numbers. Move the decimal over twice here. And of course I have to do the same thing to the other one. Done. Don't start with this one because here you only need to move the decimal once. And if you only move the decimal once here and you do the same thing here, you still have a non-whole number. So start with the one that has more numbers after the decimal. That way you will ensure that the results are both whole numbers. Anyways, since I'm starting to stutter, I'm gonna stop talking, and hopefully this was helpful. See me in class or after school if you need more help. And yep, bye bye.